Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Pete's Quarter Life Crisis. In this episode, we are going to be going through 21 pounds of wheat pennies. It's a lot of wheat pennies. I ordered this a couple weeks ago. It's been sitting around. I've been dying to go through it, just haven't found the time. I think I think they're from the 40s and 50s, but we'll see as we go through them. Some of them were BU, some of them were circulated, uncirculated. We'll see what we find. We're going to be looking for errors, varieties, and um, I'm going to start a wheat or just a penny book in general. So this is empty right now. So we're going to be looking for the best quality pennies that we find, and that'll be from any show that I do where I buy like pre-allocated wheat penny blocks. If I start a penny roll hunt from banks and stuff, that'll go into a different book because obviously those are likely not to be anywhere near as good of quality as these are going to be. So it wouldn't be fair. So anyway, hang in there. We're going to open this up and see what it looks like. All right, so let's open this up and see what 21 pounds of wheat cents looks like. It's packed well. You can't hear anything jiggle, so it's another package. Package in a package. It's that old trick. We got one package open. Now we need to get the next one. I feel like I'm performing surgery here. So inside looks like a little burlap bag. Got some shipping information, which I'll set aside. Yeah, looks like a little burlap bag here. Holy cow. Here are the coins now. There we have it. Oops, sorry about that. I just need to get the zip tie off. Nice. By the way, this mat is from Rob Finds Treasure, who is awesome. So that's what we got. We're going to go through them. I don't think I'm going to do the time-lapse thing here because this is going to take me a while. So anytime I find something cool, we'll break in and I'll let you know what we're finding. And I'm going to set aside all the best-looking pennies that I find for the years and mints. So next time you see me, I'll let you know what I find. Be right back. Well, we're back. We're not too far in. I think I've only gone through like 20, 30 coins, and this looks like a 1951 D over D repunched mint mark. However, I was looking at Variety Vista, and it doesn't really look quite the same. I'm going to have to set it aside and take a closer look at it, but it definitely looks like it based on the microscope view. So here's the Variety Vista. You can see it doesn't quite match what I'm seeing on Variety Vista. However, the other interesting part, this die chip on the T, on the Senta T, it has a similar thing. Let's go back to the microscope. I'm going to have to flip the coin to see that. So, I mean, it looks like it could have had a die chip there because it is worn. Overall, I mean, this coin is not, it's not in, mint state, so it's hard to tell exactly. Alright, so I found something else kind of cool. I think I'm about 5% of the way through the bag. Still a long way to go. This kind of looks like a 1941 S double die. Problem is PCGS doesn't officially recognize it. I did find one in Variety Vista, so we can take a quick look at that. I think the bottom one was the most similar here, where it says 1941 S mint mark. The coin's a little bit too worn to check out these other die cracks and issues to map it 100%, but it kind of looks like it could be more of this stage C. Let's go back to the scope. You can clearly see it in the S, the 4, the 9, a little bit in the right one. Don't really see any other doubling though in the other parts of the coin. Like I said, it is fairly worn, a little corroded, maybe some of that could be cleaned up, but so it has other issues. But kind of, I don't know, kind of cool. I don't think it's, unfortunately, since it's not a major variety that PCGS recognizes, I don't think it would be super valuable. Anyway, I guess we can take a look at the other coins that I've set aside so far. So right there, I just have some cool little toners we can take a look at later. This top row of coins are kind of the best ones that I've set apart so far. So keep in mind we're only 10% through the bag. Got some 43 steel cents over there, none that are that fantastic. That's the one error coin that we found earlier. And then these are kind of die cuds. Obviously this one looks like the best one. I guess we can take a quick look at that to see what I mean. Alright, one sec. So here's that die cut. You can kind of see the extra, I think it's called the die cut. It's the extra metal in the 9. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyhow, we'll keep on looking. Like I said, we're only about 5% through the bag, so long way to go still. Alright, another quick little break. So the vast majority of the coins, or basically all of them, have been 40s and 50s. I think I found 130s, and then now this one, the 1919S, the oldest one yet. Pretty cool. I mean, it's not rare, or it's not a key date, not a semi-key date, but it's old. I'm gonna continue looking. Just a quick little error. Looks like the planchet. There's a little planchet flaw before the die was struck, so that's kind of cool. Well, here's a little oddity. Somebody, I guess, silver plated or steel plated a 53 cent, which is pretty strange. Yeah, I don't know. Weighs 3 grams. Don't know what somebody would do that for, but there you have it. Alright, so this is a pretty cool find, I think. It's a 1956 D repunched mint mark. It's not, I'm pretty sure it's not an officially recognized PCGS version, because I was looking on Variety Vista, and I believe it is this RPM 004 D over D Northeast variety. You can see kind of more of the middle interior. So I think it's that. So I'm not positive. I'm going to have to take a closer look at it. But the nice part is it is actually quite a nice coin. Here, it's in pretty decent condition. Let me get you a better look at it. So there you go. So it's in okay condition. I mean, pretty good. So it's a nice find. We will take it. I'd say I don't know, only 10% of the way through the bag. Long way to go. Well, we have another old find. This is the oldest find of the video so far. 32 million of these minted, 1917S. So not a key date or semi-key date, but is a rarer one. Well, this is a weird one. I don't really see a variety that covers this, but this is a 1954S with some extra metal right around the mint mark, connecting it to the date. Not really sure what the error is specifically, but also it's this weird penny where it looks like it's wet. I've got a collection of these pennies. I don't really know what causes this or why they're like this, but it literally, under the scope, it looks like they're wet. This one's in pretty decent shape, actually, other than it's pretty oddly wet, and has this interesting extra metal. If you know exactly what this is, let me know. Alright, I think I got a 1952S, another repunch mint mark. It's a minor variety, so it's not on PCGS, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one I'm going to show you here, which is our 1952S RPM 012. So you can kind of see with the mint mark positioning and the magnified RPM, and then I think the sealer for me is the die scratches above Liberty. So we'll go show that on the coin here too. So if we go over to Liberty, it looks like we have those same die scratches above Liberty. So I think we can say that this is a minor variety of the 1952S RPM. And it's in pretty good shape. Alright, so I think this is the 1947S RPM. You can kind of see another S underneath it, and this is what it looks like on Variety Vista. So looking at the top one, I guess the top right is the clearest image. You can kind of see the little bit of S underneath the S, and then we'll go back to mine, and it looks almost identical to that. So I'm going to say that this is the 1947S RPM 004, which is FS 504 on PCGS. So that's pretty cool. So this 1940D actually has some really nice toning on the reverse as well. So I thought that was quite nice, quite pleasing toning for a penny. It's the only one I've seen that has this type of toning so far. Oops, and I dropped it. So yeah, it's the same 1940D with the repunch mint mark. Pretty cool. Alright, so this one is interesting. It is 1957D with what appears to be some planchet damage going underneath the design of the coin. Well, underneath the date and mint mark anyway, because it looks like it might go over that. And it kind of goes up the coin. I had to actually clean this coin because it had white gunk over it, and it wasn't in the best condition anyway, but appears to have some odd damage to the coin, so I'm not sure what exactly happened, but interesting find nonetheless. Alright, so this is your standard 193 coin, obviously missing the 4, probably due to a grease error, but the coin is pretty badly corroded as well, so if it had any value, I don't think it does anymore, but let me switch over to the other view and you can take a look at how bad it is corroded in person. So looks like there's slight remnants of the 4, but it's mostly gone. Who knows if it was grease error or just got worn off. Anyway, interesting. Alright, looks like we have a 1945D RPM. It's another non-recognized one from PCGS, but here it is on Variety Vista. You can see the magnified RPM looks almost identical to what I'm seeing with the D inside of the D. This is RPM 009. That's it. Alright, so we found a 1952D RPM. It's not an officially recognized PCGS variety, but it is on Variety Vista. And I actually had to clean this one because I just couldn't see enough of the repunch mint mark. It looked like it was, but I just had to clean it to verify. So now it looks a little cleaned. So it is what it is. Alright, so this one is pretty cool. 1950S RPM again. This one is officially recognized by PCGS. We'll flip over to Variety Vista to show it better. You can kind of see how the S is coming out on top of the other S, and then also underneath it. So this is the FS 504. And yeah, the coin's actually in pretty good shape too. It's got some, those minor spotting to it, but overall in pretty good condition. So yeah, I guess we'll take a look at the coin. Let me put it over here. There we go. So still got some of its luster. Back's very nice, so pretty cool little find. Alright, this is a weird find. It looks like it was once gold plated or something, and some of it's worn off. I think it was only on the obverse of the coin, 1948. Gold plated penny, not worth much at all, but interesting find nonetheless. Alright, so this is a visual find, 1953S. It's just got really amazing toning to it. So very happy with this find. Think about getting this one graded just because it looks so nice. It's not a rare coin or anything, but I don't know. We'll see. Pretty. Well, that will actually do it. I am done going through 21 pounds of wheat cents. I now have an empty burlap sack, and I separated them into years since I was going through them all. So now I've got a bag of 1940s wheat cents and a bag of 1950s wheat cents. This is everything that I'm left with that I'm going to go through in a moment and do a wrap up. So the front row is all the cents that I set apart that were kind of AU, BU. So now I'm going to go through them and pick out the best ones for year and mint for the for the book set. And then some other weird finds, some cool tone coins, some wood grain tone coins, and then these ones are weird. These are all the wet looking coins. So I saved those just because they're interesting. So these are all kind of the coins with just minor errors to them, little cud stuck in the Liberty or the date, 1943s, and then these are all kind of the RPMs and other double dies that I found throughout the video. So I'm going to go through them again and have a quick wrap up for you in one moment. Hang on. Alright, so this is part of the final wrap up. I'm just going to show off some of these weird extra metal coins. I'm not really sure what to call these errors, but these are three of the better ones that I found, just extra metal. And here's the whole pile of them. This little pile right here, about 20 coins. They all have that same extra metal in them. Alright, so these are all the wet looking coins that look like they're wet underneath the microscope. They don't have any value, but they're interesting and there's not a ton of them. I also saved 4 kind of tiger striped coins that have interesting stripe toning pattern to them. That they all seem to happen in 40 and 41. And I kept 3 of the absolute worst coins I saw that literally look like a abstract painting underneath the microscope, which is kind of fun and silly. Never know. Maybe you could use these in the future for some sort of computer texture that you need. Alright, and I kept around 10 coins of my favorite toned coins. It might not come across perfectly here, but they all have kind of interesting toning to them, so I'll be saving those. Alright, I flipped some stuff up too. We have around 9 RPMs that we had, 1 DDO, 1 officially recognized RPM from PCGS, several weird errors, those planchet issues, and then the chrome and gold-plated penny, and then my favorite toner. And of course, the final graded coins that I'm going to be putting into the book, starting from 1940, 41, 43, all the way over to 1958. And evidently, I didn't hit some things. So these are Philadelphia row, the San Francisco row, and the Denver row. So I missed some coins, especially these last ones. I don't have the San Francisco. I just didn't find good coins for those mints. So it is what it is. I will fill in as much as I can of the book with these coins, and then I'll show you those, and then we'll pretty much be done. Alright, so this is the end. The book is filled out as much as I found. I did find some of these teens in there, but not many, as you can see, and they're pretty rough. They're all pretty worn, so hopefully those get replaced at some point. That page is empty. This is where we basically start from the 40 258 range, so pretty good steel scent. There's some blazers. That 46D, 44, quite nice. 47 up there. It's 52. Blazing. There's a lot of nice ones. 58. And that's it. All right. Well, thanks for watching. This has been Pete's Quarter Life Crisis. Until next time, see y'all.